of Boston Connor. And here we go again. Boston Connor, look at this, sweeps the leg, goes for a cover. And this match right here, Gene, this is a show stealer and a half right here. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. This is amazing. Boston Connor, with a kick to the Big Boss Man, takes himself up to the middle rope. And whoa! Spinning knees to the back of the Big Boss Man. Are you serious? Look at this. Boston Connor going for a cover one. And, well, get the hell out of here. I never would have believed it. Picking up a win over the Big Boss Man.
The time was 9 minutes and 5 seconds. And your winner, Boston Connor.
You know, Gene, no matter what happens tonight, this is going to be the upset of the evening. Boston Connor picking up a win over the Big Boss Man.
Well, it has been just weeks of anticipation for the Big Boss Man, but finally, he gets his hands on Boston Connor in tonight's main event in a one-on-one matchup.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for tonight's main event, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, from parts unknown, weight unknown, height unknown, Boston Connor.
You know, Dandy Don, if there's one thing that really makes me mad as holy old hell, it's guys that are not wrestlers wanting to get involved in pro wrestling. Case in point, the Toxic Table. And we all saw what happened to Pat McAfee with Gunter a couple of weeks ago. So, I have no pity for these people. Anybody who does this gets exactly what they deserve. He got his lucky win over the Big Boss Man, sure. But the Big Boss Man is coming to collect tonight, I can promise you that, because there is no way he's going to allow himself to be shamed by losing twice to Boston Connor.
As regards to Boston Connor, he is going into this match supremely confident that he is, in fact, going to defeat the Big Boss Man for a second time and prove himself. Although I think the notion is absolutely insane, absurd, and asinine.
I second that emotion.
And his opponent from Cobb County, Georgia, weighing 305 pounds, the Big Boss Man.
Somebody's about to serve some hard time. The Big Boss Man has been waiting for weeks for this moment, for this matchup, to get his hands on Boston Connor and make him pay for that humiliating loss back in April. And believe me, oh man, well, he's got, I don't know if he's going to try and use the stick or not, but he's definitely tempted. Boston Connor is in huge trouble tonight. Well, it may not be a championship main event, but it damn sure is a big deal. Boston Connor looking to shame the Big Boss Man with a second loss, and the Big Boss Man's looking to tear him a new one. The bell sounds, here we go. Boss Man with a chop, a left, a throat chop. Down goes Boston Connor. Boston Connor catches a stomp to the midsection. Boss Man. Oh man, here we go. Oh, arm snap. The Big Boss Man. Been waiting for this a long time. A kick to the chest. Show of love to the fans. They're 100% behind him. They do not like this Boston Connor. They don't like the Toxic Table, AJ Hawk, or any of them from Pat McAfee's bunch. Hey, man, chop block from Boston Connor. Boston Connor whips the Boss Man over the top rope out onto the floor, and now we're going to take it to the outside. Boston Connor goes to work immediately with a stomp and a rolling elbow. Boston Connor doing a little showing off to the fans in the front row. Drops a leg on the Boss Man. Referee Tom Canamora has engaged the count. Boston Connor coming out real aggressive on the outside. Oh man, Boston Connor just caught a counter from the Big Boss Man. Boss Man with a scoop slam on Boston Connor. Boston Connor rounded up by the Boss Man. Being escorted back into the ring. And here comes the Boss Man. They lock up. Boston Connor catches a rib breaker. The big boss man rounds up Boston Connor. A couple of hard rights. A fireman's carry from Boston Connor. A forearm takes the boss man down. Boston Connor quick going for the pin. 1, 2, but just barely a 2. Big boss man definitely powering out Boston Connor with an opportunity here, but it comes at great risk. Boss man counters with an elbow, escapes the corner, swings and misses. Is this an abdominal stretch from Boston Connor? Well, it's a scientific move, if nothing else. Boss man counters it into a hip toss. The big boss man rebounds off the ropes. Big time splash, 305 pounds. Comes crushing down on Boston Connor. Rolling elbow across the back. The big boss man rounds up Boston Connor. Escorts him to the far corner, head first into the turnbuckle. Boston Connor rounded up, another scoop slam from the big boss man. Takes himself up to the middle rope. Waiting for Boston Connor to stand himself on up and face the music. Double axe handle right across the skull. Big boss man really starting to abuse Boston Connor. He's been waiting to get his hands on this guy for weeks. Looking to get a little retribution. A rolling elbow across the chest of Boston Connor. Big boss man rounds him up again. Oh, man, right into the ring steps. The big boss man totally abusing Boston Connor. Does a choke toss. Damn near into the ring steps the second time. Boston Connor is laid out. Big boss man gathers him up again. They lock it up. And oh man, Boston Connor quickly putting on the brakes. Boss man makes his way back inside the ring. Boston Connor, here he comes. Boss man waiting for him, slams his head down to the canvas. Quickly going for a cover. 1, 2. No. Oh. Whoa. Boston Connor's in bad shape. You see his arms shiver like that? Man. Big boss man firmly in control of Boston Connor. Boston Connor locks. Oh, boss man shoves him away. Boss man takes him to the far corner, smashes his head into the turnbuckle again. Oh man, grinding the elbow right into the face of Boston Connor. Hard kick to the midsection and another. Boss man driving the knee into the chest of Boston Connor. Boston Connor in big time trouble here. The big boss man rounds him up. Has him up, big time spine buster from the big boss man. Goes for the cover, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Wrap it on up and take it home. The big boss man picks up a little bit of retribution from Boston Connor.
The time of the match, 5 minutes and 34 seconds. Your winner, the Big Boss Man.
I would imagine that was a cathartic experience for the big boss man. Literally destroying Boston Connor this time around. And I'm not sure that the boss man isn't quite through with Boston Connor or the Toxic Table just yet.
That's true. He hasn't involved Bam Bam Bigelow, his tag team partner, into the mix yet. Law and Disorder has yet to mix up with the Toxic Table, and here's to say that might just happen.
I certainly wouldn't be shocked if it did, Tex.
Me neither. Oh, in fact, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm going to talk to Myra and see if we can't make this happen. But yeah, setting that aside, Big Boss Man must be feeling mighty good right about now.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for tonight's edition of RWL Superstars Live on 9. As always, we thank all of you for being part of it. We remind you to stick around because coming up next will be RWL Rage from Raleigh, North Carolina, and that's coming up immediately following this telecast. For all of us here at RWL, I've been Don Hickson. Thank you so much for being with us. We will see you next time at ringside. Good night, everybody.
And see y'all on May 17th for RWL Snarl.